Pisces. This looks an interesting reading, to say the least. Most people's Mays have been sort of a mixture that we can't take at face value. I'm drawn to that central card, the moon. Fear of the unknown. I think we're all somewhat fearful of the unknown. But I think it's also unfounded, and particularly in your case, I think it is. In the past, you were maybe someone who was good with money, sophisticated with money. Has that all changed? I think you're feeling it is. I think you're feeling that the ground is shifting. But you know, you have great hope. You've got great hope, a sense of being reborn. So I think you can see through the smoke and mirrors that are going on at the moment. And you're hopeful of a better time, a time, you know, things will change for the better. And you're going to have your role in it. Because not only are you someone who's quite sophisticated with financial matters, but you're something of a mover and shaker, something of a natural entrepreneur, and you're going to emerge. Those sort of skills are going to be required in the future, and they're going to emerge, but in a very different way to how they've been in the last paradigm. What is going to lead to the outcome is you recognising that you need to jettison some of your beliefs, need to jettison some of your past, and move on, because change is coming and you need to embrace that change. You're all too aware of it. To a certain degree, there's a temptation to run off and look for creative things. And strangely enough, in May, we've been being told, no, that's not the way to do it. And I think it's because those of us who are wanting to look for new creative solutions are really trying to control the outcome, and certainly in May we're being told no, submit and everything's going to be fine. And indeed the outcome is what I see to be a very good outcome. It's new wealth. I'm not going to use the word money because of CDCs are well on their way. Will we have money shortly in anything like the form that we're used to? Certainly in Indonesia, but I know I've been reading about the UK, that the number of ATMs that have disappeared, that it's becoming more and more difficult to get hold of money, even though most of us really want to spend it, you know. So I'm reluctant to say the word money, but new wealth is coming, so I think it's positive. I think it's positive. Let's look at all of the cards then. Now the overall energy is that of the moon, so it is that of fear of the unknown. Now, I know you'll get on this platform, you'll get new agers claiming that they're not fearful of the unknown, that we have to embrace change, and of course we do. But anyone who says they're not fearful of the unknown is lying to you, you know. We all fear the unknown, of course we do. We're all creatures of comfort, you know, we're all hobbits at heart. But they're right, we do have to embrace change, we do have to move on, and this is an energy that runs throughout this. I'm not particularly concerned about this card being here, but it is something that's clearly taxing your mind during May, let's put it that way. One of the worries that I think many of us have got is concerning finances. As I say, I'm not going to use the word money because is it going to exist in the shape that most of us would have called it before? And I think you're someone who's quite sophisticated in terms of finance. And I've had a similar juxtaposition. For me, I'm a Leo, in a similar juxtaposition. And, you know, right now I'm trying to sort out my pensions. I'm not going to go into, well, I might later, but I'm not going to go into the problems I'm having in even finding out how much they're worth and how I access them, taken me 7 weeks so far to get nowhere, and that's just typical of the world today, isn't it? But because I'm fairly sophisticated about them, I can spot the pitfalls. You see, some 2 years ago, the Royal Bank of Scotland closed down my account. Didn't give me any reason, but I can assure you I've never been attracted to right-wing politics. And it looks like, in terms of my pensions at least, the cost to me is going to be in the tens of thousands of dollars. And it's because I'm quite sophisticated financially that I can spot this. But, there's nothing I can do about it, is there? So, that would lead to this sort of fear of the unknown, well, having wiped tens of thousands of dollars off my pension pot, am I going to have enough? The answer is yes, but, it'd be nice to have that back. It'd be nice if the Royal Bank of Scotland hadn't behaved in that way to a customer of over 35 years. Certainly. And I think it is because you're sophisticated that you can spot the problems. And, I'm sure not many people are going, have had tens of thousands of dollars wiped off their pension pot because of the Royal Bank of Scotland. But, I'm feeling quite positive. I'm feeling reborn, and so are you right now. So you're not letting things get to you too much. You have these niggles, you have these worries, but there is great hope there, and I mean, in terms of me, I'm just saying, well, things are in such turmoil. Who knows how that you might not get that money back in another shape or form, Currency fluctuations, there's all sorts of ways that it could come back to me with me doing very little, And I think you're feeling the same. I think you're being stoical about life, to be honest. I think I said the future sees you being entrepreneurial and that you're a natural entrepreneur. And I've got the wrong king. It's the King of Cups, the King of Love. So the future is about love. You've sussed it. You know what the future is about. You know how to deal with the future. Yeah. So this reading, you know where you're going. Just don't let fear control you, because you know the right way to go. You're working things out in your head and you're not letting it get to you. That must be a wonderful feeling, a wonderful thing that you're doing here, yeah. Stick with it. Pisces, you're fine. Now, another theme about old signs is the need to move on from the past and to need to dump baggage from the past. Now, is this talking about finances? It could be, it could be about the way you've earned a living in the past. It could be about sort of commitments. It could be about possessions. It could simply be about your thoughts. It could be about anything. I mean, it could be about people. But you do need to move on. You do need to dump the baggage. And in doing so, you will open your life up to further blessings. So, I mean, it's a great steer to be getting here from the universe. And so few of us really seem to understand it. To a certain degree, it's about submission as well. It's about just saying, like I said, about my Royal Bank of Scotland and my pensions, I can't do anything about it, so why worry about it? Why lay awake at night? Because there's nothing whatsoever I can do about it. I can't control it, so it's happened, it's gone. Don't mean to say I'll forgive Royal Bank of Scotland, I will take every opportunity to badmouth them. But there's nothing I can do about it. one of the ways that you're trying to control things is you're looking for creative solutions. And again, the universe has been telling all signs, no. The timing and the nature of change is in the hands of God or in the hands of the universe. Don't you try and control it. You just submit. Follow your heart, not your head. And so even what is seemingly and very innocent, just exploring creative options, isn't what the universe is really pushing us towards. Saying, just submit and things will be all right. The outcome, the Ace of Pentacles. Normally I'd say new money, but as you know, I'm reluctant to use the word money. New wealth, new blessings, new material blessings. Yeah, the universe, God is saying you're going to be all right. You have to move on. You have to make room for these new blessings, but they will come to you. And they do appear to be material. And, there's been a lot here talking about material things, And I'm getting the same messages myself, this Royal Bank of Scotland. Have I mentioned it before, Not that I'm bitter, but this Royal Bank of Scotland fiasco, I'm just laying back about it and saying, well, there's nothing you can do. And I'm sure the universe is going to reward me in another way and probably punish those at Royal Bank of Scotland for what they've done, So leave it in the hands of another. Yeah. I haven't half gone off on one, haven't I? I better check out that what I'm saying is correct. Yeah. Now I'm going to check out this moon card. I know you're frightened of the unknown, but what is it? First card we get is the Emperor. Now we had that for Libra, right in this position. Suggests to me that you're frightened of people in authority or concerned about people in authority. Second one is the Two of Swords. You're going to have to make a decision, but you don't feel qualified to make it. And the third one is multiple blessings. The anecdote to the moon, the sun. How terribly interesting. Let's look at each of these. So the first card is the Emperor. I think you're concerned about people in authority. Now, don't overdo this about the Royal Bank of Scotland, but I guess they're in authority, aren't they, I think all of us feel completely betrayed by those who consider themselves our betters. There were people who said to us, trust us, your lives are safe with us, and they were the least trustworthy people imaginable, weren't they? We've been bitterly betrayed, and it's you have to laugh, don't you, about the US elections, as taking one buffoon and replacing it with another, and there may even be civil war over it, and they're all cut from the same cloth, aren't they? That's the point. You can't replace one with another. It's an entire system that's corrupt and wrong, and you're realising that, aren't you? You're realising there's not a great deal you can do about it. Certainly not the ballot box, that's for sure. Thing you're fearful of is making a decision. A decision when the two alternatives seem equally good or equally bad. When you feel like you don't have the full information, and when do we ever have the full information? you feel like you're being kept in the dark. And of course, we've all been kept in the dark. All our lives we've been kept in the dark, you know. All our lives we've been treated like mushrooms. But I wonder, do you actually even have to make a decision? Because, you know, the universe is making decisions on our behalf, and if we can just submit, things will be much better. To go back to my pension, yeah, I mean, my bank account was closed, and I do have an alternative, but it's not regulated by the financial FCA, something authority. But that only regulates UK banks. So I don't have any FCA account. And my pension provider is saying, well, it's got to go into an FCA account. Well, it can't because RBS closed it, you know. So I guess the upshot is going to be that I bring all my money to Indonesia ASAP in big lump sums and start investing in Indonesia. And that might work out better than keeping my money in the UK, a country which, you know, appears to be in terminal decline, mightn't it? So who knows that it's the wrong thing? And, you know, if I stop worrying, which this is all about, if I stop worrying and just submit, then I've got confidence that the universe is going to do right by me. And it will you. And, you know, the antidote to the moon, to the worry, is the sun. And good times are coming. You just need to allow room in your life for these good times. Stop worrying. Worrying is a prayer for things to go wrong. And just put your faith in the universe, in God, that things are going to work out. And they are going to work out. They're going to work out all right for you. You're doing fine. Just don't let worry dominate things. And everything will be all right. I promise. And that's not me being like the leaders. Because I don't have any other agenda. Pisces, everything's going to be all right. You've got a degree of fear, we all have. Fear of the unknown, but the universe is reassuring you everything's fine. I think a part of that fear is you're quite sophisticated financially and you can see so many pitfalls on the horizon. But you're full of hope. You're full of hope. You're reborn, as it were. What you need to dump baggage. You need to dump baggage from the past. And maybe this is people. Maybe this is ideas. And maybe this is about ways of earning a living, jobs, you know, money, all sorts of things. You know you need to move on, and you will move on. But like us all, you tend to want to control the process. And that does arise out of fear of the unknown, controlling the process. I mean, you want to do it in a very nice way. You want to do it creatively. You want to do it in what would seem an admirable way. But the universe is telling us, in May, leave it to me. Leave it to me. I'm going to sort things out. Whether you think it's the universe or God or Allah, it doesn't matter, you know. It'll be sorted. You don't need to get involved in it. And if you can just move on, and then you open things up for new blessings. And those new blessings are going to be of a material nature. I don't particularly like to use the word money because I don't know if money will even exist then. But yeah, they will be of a material nature. And you will find yourself embracing love. Maybe you find love as well, but embracing love. And it's because you filled your heart full of love and followed your heart that you're going to receive these blessings. So the big message is just watch your fear. Just watch your fear. Don't let it dominate your life. And you'll be fine, Pisces. You really will.